Sutra 58. Anyasmat Solabhyam Bhaktau. The Lord is easier to attain by devotion than by any other path. In Ayurveda, traditional holistic Indian medicine, there are 3 types of medicine: medicine made from bark, medicine made from ashes, and medicine made from the essence of various leaves and flowers. The path of knowledge and renunciation is like medicine made from bark. It is bitter, not suitable for everyone, and very few patients can consume it. In the same manner, one needs a lot of patience, discipline, and renunciation to follow this path. On the path of knowledge, a person has to constantly debate, and his success depends on the strength of his argument. Yet, there is always a doubt in the ability of his knowledge to steer him in the direction of the Lord. The medicine made from ashes is like the path of action, and to follow this path, one needs to be disciplined whilst performing any ritualistic ceremony for the Lord. Inconsistencies in the scriptural procedures can have a negative impact on the devotee. One also needs to fulfill all of the requirements of the procedure for the rituals according to the scriptures, and this becomes a costly process. The medicine made of ashes is expensive. Therefore, not everyone is eligible to tread this path. If a doctor advises a poor patient to take expensive medication daily and frequently, it would not be feasible for him to do so. On the path of action, one can attain certain objects, but once again, the certainty of receiving the fruits of one's actions remains in doubt. The medicine made from essences, rasayan, is like the path of devotion. Thus, it is for everyone. Scholars have stated that the path of devotion is like vital medicine, because anyone can consume it, and anyone can cure himself with it. This essential medicine is Krishna himself. This path does not require one to be a scholar of the scriptures, wealthy, from a privileged position in a good family or in society, austere, wise, dispassionate, and so forth. One only needs childlike faith in him and constant remembrance of him. When these 2 elements are there, devotion starts to manifest itself. The Bhagavad Gita 9.30 states, "If someone worships me single-mindedly, even if he commits sins, he should be considered a divine person for the sake of that sacred commitment." On the path of devotion, there is not the slightest doubt of an aspirant pleasing Lord Krishna. It is mentioned in the Gautamya Tantra, Sri Krishna is so loving towards his devotees that he sells himself to any one of them who offers him a tulsi leaf and a palmful of water. On this path, there are no restrictions on loving the Lord and how one should love him. Any aspirant can choose any kind of service to please him. The devotee Shabri had taken the service of cleaning a path used by spiritual personalities to go to the river. She would clean before sunrise so that no one would get hurt from the stones and the thorns. And when those spiritual personalities would bathe in the river, she used to silently enter their ashram to clean it. An ashram is a solitary place of living with the most basic facilities, particularly suitable for austere aspirants who want to focus on their spiritual practice. When Lord Krishna incarnated as Lord Ram, he did not go to the spiritual personalities who worshipped him ritualistically for thousands of years. Instead, Lord Ram gave Shabri an audience with him, purely because she was following the path of devotion. In the subsequent story, the Lord also enjoys the love of Vidur, the son of a maidservant, who was deeply devoted to him. One day, to prevent a war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, Lord Krishna came as an ambassador for the Pandavas to ask the Kauravas if a compromise could be reached. The idea was firmly rejected, and the Kauravas invited the Lord to eat at their palace. But Krishna declined their proposal because they were not devotees. Instead, he went to the home of his great devotee Vidur, who was not present at the time. Vidur's wife was overwhelmed by seeing Krishna, and while staring at him, she started to peel a banana for him. Completely mesmerized, she threw away the banana and offered him the peel, which he ate without hesitation. The moment Vidur arrived home, he found that the bananas were uneaten, and Lord Krishna was consuming the peels. When Vidur questioned his wife's behavior, she immediately realized her mistake and started offering the bananas. Thereafter, Lord Krishna explained that the banana peels tasted far sweeter than the bananas themselves. This is the nature of Krishna. He was relishing the object that was offered to him with loving devotion. A wife turns only to her husband for her support, and their child grabs his father's finger when he wants to walk, because both are reassured that as a father and a husband, the man will always be there for them. This is love and this is faith. Similarly, on the path of devotion, Lord Krishna himself comes to guide and nourish those devotees who seek him with complete faith and love.